Hey everybody, welcome to class today. Today is part of our strengthening series, so today we're going to be working on back strength, mostly the upper back, but a little bit on the lower back as well. If you enjoy these classes, please remember to like and subscribe, and if you have any class requests or suggestions, please head over to my Instagram and let me know. We're going to get started today in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Starting at the top of your mat, gentle bend in the knees, take opposite hand to opposite elbow. And just folding forward gently over your legs, let the upper body sway. Maybe take a moment to shake the head yes and no, open and close the mouth, relaxing the jaw. And starting to connect to your breath, letting anything that you don't need drain out of the top of your head. And then when you're ready, coming to stillness, opening up through the eyes, ground down evenly through both feet. Keep the gentle bend in the knees, shift the weight slightly forward, release the hands down to the floor. On your inhale, start to lengthen the spine, run the hands up the shins to the knees, lengthen the sternum forward. Exhale, run the hands down the back of the legs, start to fold forward. Again, inhale, run your hands up the front of your shins. Think of the crown of the head reaching to the front of the room. The back of the neck is long. Exhale, run the hands down the back, fold forward. Take 3 more like that, warming up through the upper back, maybe starting to straighten the knees a little bit more. And on this third one, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen and hold. Re-soften through the knees if you've locked them out. And then take the arms off to capital T. Bring the torso up a little bit if you need to. Send length through the tailbone and through the crown of the head. Gently engage through the lower belly so that you're not bird bathing in through the lower back. And take one more inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, drop the tailbone, roll the entire length of the spine, come to standing, head comes last. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, look up. And then hinging at the hips, swan dive forward, broad through the chest. Inhale, run the hands up the shins, halfway lift. Gentle bend in the knees, exhale, hands to capital T. Inhale, keep the halfway lift, sweep the arms out in front, up and overhead, as if you're reaching for something at the top of the room. If this is too much, you can always bring the hands out to a 45-degree angle. Hold for 3 more breaths. Relax the neck. On your next inhale, come back out to a capital T. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Drop the tailbone, roll the length of the spine. And on your inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead, look up. Maybe invite a gentle back bend at the top. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, leading with the chest, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to capital T. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And this time as you exhale, cactus the arms as if you're drawing the elbows back along a plane of glass towards the ribs. Inhale, reach the arms forward, palms are facing down. Exhale to cactus. Take 3 more. Take an inhale to reach the arms forward. Exhale to cactus the arms. Inhale, see if you can lift the backs of the hands a little higher to the sky. And then exhale, fold all the way forward. Drop the tailbone, roll the length of the spine. Inhale, come all the way to standing. And then exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Take the feet about hips distance apart. Inhale, sink the hips back, chair pose. Take a peek down, make sure that the knees are directly over the ankles and not collapsing in. And then see if you can bring that same extension into the upper back as you gently sink the hips down, making sure that you're not drawing the tailbone towards the back of the head, but rather gently drawing it down towards the floor. Gaze is at the horizon. Take 3 more breaths. Exhale, fold forward. Take the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers at the base of the skull. As you inhale, come into a halfway lift, spread the elbows wide. Exhale, fold forward, draw the elbows together. Inhale, halfway lift, draw the elbows wide. Exhale, fold forward, elbows draw together. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Take 2 more. Keep engaging through the legs. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Keep the hands interlaced at the base of the skull. Drop the tailbone. Roll the length of the spine. Gently drawing the chin to the chest. And then as you inhale, peel the heart open towards the sky. Lengthen the tailbone down. Gentle back bend at the top. Elbows wide. And then exhale, come all the way to standing. Release the hands. Inhale, sink back into your chair pose. And then exhale, opposite interlace of the fingers, bring the hands behind the skull again, keeping your legs in chair. Take an inhale, open up through the elbows. And then as you exhale, keep your chair legs bend forward, chest to thighs. Elbows come close. Inhale, peel the chest open into your chair pose, elbows wide. Exhale, curl it in. Take 3 more. Inhale, open the chest, working the upper back. Exhale to release. 2 more. Make sure that the knees don't collapse towards each other. Exhale, fold all the way forward, straighten through the legs. And drop the tailbone, keep the hands behind the head, gently drawing the chin to the chest, roll all the way up. And then on your inhale, send the tailbone long, burst the chest forward, open the elbows, gentle back bend. And then exhale to release. Come all the way to the top of your mat. We'll do some sun salutations. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Maybe a gentle back bend at the top. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, for the first one, step back to plank and we'll hold for a few breaths. Shoulders are directly over the wrists, energy back through the heels. Strong engagement through the legs to lift the lower body. And then shift the weight forward on an inhale. You can drop the knees if you want to. Exhale, bend halfway down, chaturanga. Press the whole hand, inhale, plank. 2 more. Exhale, chaturanga, shoulders no lower than the elbows. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, hold. Lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes, we'll take 3 rolling cobras. Inhale, peel the chest up, barely any weight in the hands. Exhale, roll down. 2 more. Inhale, strongly engage the legs. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Knees up or down, tuck the toes. Plank pose, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Look towards the top of the mat, bend the knees, step, walk or float. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, this time to the breath, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float to chaturanga. Inhale can be up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Look to the top, step, walk, float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise up. 2 more rounds like that. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look to the top, step, walk, float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last round. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Look to the top, step, walk or float. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, raise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring the feet hips distance again. Inhale, sink the hips for chair pose. And then this time as you exhale, cactus the arms. Draw the elbows, shoulder blades back towards each other. Sink a little lower. Inhale, reach the arms forward. Exhale to cactus. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Maybe as you exhale, raise up onto the toes. Challenge your balance. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale. And then this time as you exhale, bend a little deeper into the knees. Start to send the torso parallel to the mat. So we're in a kind of a half chair. The hands are reaching forward, palms facing each other. And gaze is directly down. And take 3 more breaths here. Gently engage the lower belly. And then as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, step, walk or float, chaturanga. And then lower all the way to the belly. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, hug the elbows close. Inhale, peel up for baby cobra. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to float. Make sure that you're not tensing up through the shoulders. Jaw is relaxed, gaze is down. And then here, as you inhale, keep pressing the feet down. Reach the hands straight forward in front of you. Exhale, cactus out the arms. Inhale, reach the hands forward. Exhale to cactus. 3 more. Keep the pubic bone pressing down to lengthen through the lower back. You should feel this work in the mid to upper back. Take 1 more. Plant the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, knees up or down. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg. Oh, shoot. Destroy the room that you're in. Sweep the right leg up. Keep all 5 toes of the right leg facing down. And think of gently drawing the left hip back in line with the right. And take 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, step the right foot forward by the right thumb. Set yourself up for crescent pose, feet are hips distance apart. Hug the right hip in and underneath you. And as you inhale, you're going to float the arms straight out in front of you. If this is too much, you can keep the arms floating back towards the back of the room. Wherever you are, hug the right hip underneath you and ground down strongly through the right heel, pushing back through the left heel. Take 3 more breaths. See if you can get your torso a little more parallel with the floor. And then as you inhale, come up all the way to crescent pose. Interlace the hands behind the back, send the elbows wide. And as you inhale, think of drawing the tailbone down slightly as you peel the chest open towards the sky, sending the elbows wide. And then just like we did in chair pose, as you exhale, draw the elbows close, start to bring the torso down towards the thigh. Inhale, peel the chest open towards the sky. Exhale, draw the elbows close, torso to the knee. One more, inhale. Exhale to round. Plant the hands, step back, single leg plank. Inhale here. Exhale. Option single leg chaturanga as you next exhale. Inhale can be up dog or cobra. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Without hitting the wall behind you, inhale, sweep the left leg up. All 5 toes point down. And gently draw the right hip back so you're even through the pelvis. And strongly lift the left heel towards the sky. Take one more cycle of breath. Take an inhale. And on your next exhale, step the left foot by the left thumb. Set up for crescent, drawing the left hip back and underneath you. And as you inhale, sweep the arms forward, or if that's too much, run them back behind you. Hug the left hip underneath you. See if you can extend length through the torso, but keep the torso low towards the thigh. Take 3 more breaths. See if you can get the biceps a little closer to the ears without bunching the shoulders. And on your next inhale, come all the way up to crescent pose. Interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. Try and interlace one finger over. And as you inhale, open the chest up to the sky, lengthen the lower back as you open the upper back. And then as you exhale, draw the elbows close, bring torso to the thigh. Inhale, peel the chest open, spread the elbows. Exhale, curl down. One more time, inhale to open. Exhale, curl in. Plant the hands, step the left foot back, single leg plank, hold for a full cycle of breath. And then option for single leg vinyasa, inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step, walk or float. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sink the hips, chair pose. One time, exhale, cactus the arms, raise up onto the toes. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, bring the torso parallel to the floor. Take an inhale here. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale to extend. This time as you cactus the arms, exhale, raise up onto the toes, keep the torso low. 2 more like that. Inhale, drop the heels, extend the arms. Exhale, raise onto the toes, cactus. Inhale. Exhale to cactus. Inhale, take it long. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga, float. And then lower all the way down to the belly. This time bring the hands to a cactus position. Firmly ground down through the feet. Legs are hips distance apart. forehead comes to the mat and the forehead is going to stay down. Inhale, raise the elbows and the arms up off the mat so the elbows are about in line with your shoulders. And take an exhale here. And as you inhale, as if you're moving along a plane of glass, keep the forehead down as you reach the arms forward. Send the tailbone towards the back of the room. And then as you exhale, cactus the arms. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, extend through the elbows so the fingers reach towards the back of the room. Inhale, come back into your cactus. Exhale, reach the arms forward. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, extend the elbows. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale to cactus. Exhale, reach back. Move through this movement a few more times. So you should really feel this in the shoulders and the mid to upper back. What we're doing here is we're helping to isolate the muscles that help to control the shoulder blades so that when we do our upper body work, we're not straining too much through the shoulder joints and the neck and the back. Reach forward. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, reach back. Inhale to cactus. Hold here. And then peel the chest and upper back off. Hold for 3 more breaths. Maybe lifting the feet, inner thighs spiral up towards the sky. And then plant the hands, tuck the toes, knees up or down. Plank pose on your inhale. Exhale, take it to downward facing dog. And take a few plank waves if that feels good in your spine, just rolling out through the muscles. You can always take a child's pose or hold in downward facing dog. And then look towards the top of the mat. Step, walk or float to Malasana. Feet to the outsides of the hands. And then sink down into your squat. Bring the elbows to the insides of the knees, hands to heart center. And then start to extend through the crown of the head as you sink the heels and the tailbone towards the floor. If this is a lot for you in the calves, you can always roll up a mat or have your heels up on a block. And if this is difficult for you working on staying upright here, then you're more than welcome to stay here. Otherwise, hook one thumb in front of the other and start to reach the hands up in front of you. Start to reach up towards the sky, keeping the knees pressing towards the pinky toes. And then we go so far that you can stop your shoulders from creeping up around your ears. And then wherever you are, you're going to lift your hips about 3 centimeters. And then come up a little bit higher. And a little bit higher. And a little bit higher. And then slowly lower the hips. And then a little bit more. And then a little bit more. A little bit more. And then all the way back into your Malasana. Bring the hands back to heart center. Hook the other thumb on top or keep your hands at prayer. Reach the hands up and in front of you, seeing if maybe you can get a little bit higher with this interlace. And then same thing here, you're going to start by lifting your hips a bit. And then just slowly coming up a few centimeters at a time. Maybe you can raise the hands a little bit higher as you go. And then slowly descending all the way back into your Malasana. And bring hands back to heart center, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, raise the hips, parallel the feet, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bring the hands back to that capital T position, gentle bend in the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, capital T. This time as you exhale, sweep the arms to the back of the room as if you're a torpedo shooting across the room. See if you can turn the palms down, maybe lift the backs of the hands a little higher. Take one more inhale. And then interlace the hands at the lower back. Exhale, fold forward, bringing the hands up and overhead, releasing the shoulders. And again, gentle bend in your knees. You can shake your head, yes and no. And then keeping the interlace of your fingers, start to sink the weight into the heels, bend the knees, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, raise up onto the toes. Inhale, sink the heels. Exhale, come all the way to standing. Release the fingers, inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, hands to capital T. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale to cactus. Inhale, sweep the arms to the back of the room. Interlace the fingers the funky way. Take an inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, forward fold, stretching out the shoulders again. Sink weight into the heels. Inhale, peel the chest up, chair pose. Exhale, raise up onto the toes. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll the length of the spine, come all the way to standing. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, with or without a vinyasa, make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, raise up, crescent pose. Exhale, part the arms open, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, forearm to thigh, side angle pose. Sweep the left arm up and forward. Think of lengthening through the tailbone and the crown of the head, opening the chest to the side of the room. You could stay here, or if you're feeling good, start to reach the right arm up in line with the left. Hug the right hip underneath you. Make sure the right knee doesn't collapse. 2 more breaths. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, cartwheel the left hand down to the floor. Come onto the left toes. Inhale, sweep the right arm up so that you're in a low lunge twist. Take an inhale here, and then exhale, step the right foot to meet the left in side plank. So in side plank, we're not just engaging the obliques and the abs, we're also engaging a lot of the big muscles that help to support and strengthen our back. So it's important here to have the right hip stacking over the left, and think of opening the chest nice and wide to the side of the room. And take one more inhale here. Exhale, option for a single leg plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, option single leg chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, raise up crescent pose. Exhale, open warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, forearm to thigh, side angle pose. Sweep the right arm forward. Set up your foundation, make sure your hip is underneath you. Stay here, or maybe float the left arm out in front, engaging through the entire center body as well as the legs. So leg strength is really, really important to help with our back strength as well. And take 3 more breaths. And then exhale, sweep the right hand down to the floor, come onto the left toes, or right toes. Inhale, sweep the left arm up, open twist. And then as you exhale, step to side plank on the right. This time the left hip stacks on top of the right and the left ribs rotate open towards the sky. Feel free to drop the bottom knee or stagger the feet if you need to. And take one more inhale. Exhale, single leg plank option. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, option, single leg chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, come all the way down. Interlace the hands on the lower back. And as you inhale, send the fists towards the back of the room as you peel the chest and shoulders off. For the first few breaths, keep the feet hips distance and pressing strongly into the floor. And think of gently pressing the pubic bone into the floor to lengthen out through the lower back. Maybe the fists lift away from the glutes. And maybe for the next few breaths, float the feet. And then start to bend the knees as if you could stamp the soles of the feet on the ceiling. See if you can lift the thighs off the floor without spreading the knees wide. Take 4 more breaths. Send the fists back between the heels. And then exhale, slowly release. Place the hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step, walk or float. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sink the hips, chair pose. Exhale, come all the way to standing. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hinge the torso forward, half chair. Take an inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, make your way to downward dog with or without a vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, step forward for crescent. Keep the torso low. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, sweep them towards the back of the room. Start to shift the weight forward so much so that you come just onto the left big toe. And then slowly with control start to step up onto the right leg for warrior 3. You can keep your hands here shooting towards the back of the room. Maybe take the hands to the hips and try and even off through the pelvis. Or for a little bit more advanced options, you can always take the hands to capital T or reach the arms directly out in front of you. Wherever you are for the next 5 breaths, try and keep the right hip drawing back, the left hip slightly down, and the neck and shoulders are relaxed with the gaze down at the floor. And on your next exhale, take the hands down to the floor, standing split, stretch out the right hamstring. Exhale, release the left leg. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, make your way to downward dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, keep the torso low, sweep the arms forward. Exhale, sweep them back. Start to shift the weight into the left leg, come onto the right big toe, and then slowly with control float yourself up to warrior 3. And then take whatever variation is working for you. It might be different on this side to what it was on the other side. Wherever you are, we hold for 5 breaths. And take one more inhale. And then exhale, standing splits on the left. Keep extending the right heel strongly to the sky. And then exhale, release the right leg. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll yourself through to plank. And then exhale, slowly with control, lower all the way to the belly. Reach the hands down beside you, thumbs down, pinkies up. And as you inhale, lift everything up and off the mat, Shalabhasana variation. You can stay here or maybe start to bend the knees like you did before. See if you can stamp the feet to the ceiling, lifting the thighs. And you can stay here or trying to keep the knees no wider than hips distance. Reach back for the outside edge of both ankles and strongly kick the feet into the hands for Dhanurasana bow pose. And then exhale, slowly release the legs, send them long, take one more inhale, lift a little higher. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Press yourself up into a tabletop position. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we'll take a couple of rounds of cat-cow, inhaling, letting the belly drop, the sternum reach to the front of the room. And then exhale, scooping out the belly, pressing the floor away. And do what feels good for you here, trying to invite movement into every little segment of your spine. And then making your way back to a neutral spine. On your inhale, send your right arm forward, bicep by the ear. And as you exhale, send the left leg back. All 5 toes point down, foot is lifted to the height of the hip. And think of being in a game of tug of war here, gently lifting the lower belly so that the hips don't drop off kilter. And thinking of someone drawing the hand forward and the foot back, some gentle traction for the spine. And then exhale, come back to tabletop. Inhale, sweep the left arm forward. And then as you exhale, reach the right leg back. Again, all 5 toes point down and try and keep even through the height of the pelvis. Exhale, come back to neutral. You can stay with this variation, or we can step it up by taking it into a plank position. So step the left foot back and then the right foot back into plank pose. And take the feet a little bit wider, maybe closer towards the edges of the mat. Inhale, sweep the right arm forward. And then exhale, maybe start by just coming up onto the left big toe. And then maybe floating that left leg up to the height of the hip. Again, trying to keep the pelvis even. And then set it down. Inhale, sweep the left arm up. Exhale, maybe come onto the right big toe, or maybe float that foot up to the height of the hip. And then slowly lower down, press it back, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step walk or float through to a seat. And then make your way slowly all the way onto your back. Plant the feet hips distance apart, knees are bent. And we'll take a couple of rounds of bridge. So we'll take some bridge breathing to start with. As you inhale, think of rolling the pelvis towards the ribs. Sweep the arms up and overhead. And then as you exhale, peel down the length of the spine and float the arms back down by the sides. And then keep going like this. Inhale, roll up the length of the spine, floating the arms up and overhead. And then as you exhale, roll it down. And try and keep the knees tracking directly over the ankles, not splaying in or out. And an even weight through all four corners of the feet. And this time keep the hands down by the sides. And as you inhale, peel up into bridge pose. And what I want you to do here is I want you to relax your glutes. So don't squeeze your butt together. Think of drawing the heels towards the head. You should feel the hamstrings contract. And then see if you can lift the hips up a little bit higher without over-engaging the glutes. You should feel the lower back muscles working. Try and relax the shoulders. And exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, peel yourself up into bridge. And once again, notice if you're over clenching the glutes or the hamstrings. Start to shift the weight into the left leg. Maybe float the right foot up to a tabletop position. Or maybe extend the right toes up towards the sky. Trying to keep even through the pelvis. Take 3 more breaths. Exhale, float the right foot down. Shift the weight over to the right and then float the left leg up into a tabletop position. Maybe extend the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, release the left leg and then roll down the spine. Take a couple of breaths and decide. You can either do another bridge or we can take it into wheel pose, chakrasana. Either way, feet are hips distance apart, roll up onto the shoulders. Stay here in bridge or keeping the engagement through the legs, bring the hands up and over so that the fingers tickle the shoulders, elbows point to the sky. Take an inhale here and as you exhale, strongly engage the legs. Start to press into the hands, straighten the elbows. And you can play around with shifting the weight between the hands and the feet. But you want the lion's share of the work to be in the lower body here. Make sure that the knees aren't splaying out. 3 more breaths. And if you went up into chakrasana, tuck the chin into the chest, bend the elbows, land on the back of the shoulders first, and then slowly roll down the spine. Bring the soles of the feet to touch, let the knees spread wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. Taking one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. And then when you're ready, gathering the knees in towards the chest, roll the nose towards the knees and squeeze everything into a tight little ball. And then keep the knees in towards the chest. Take the arms either to capital T or cactus. Maybe shift the hips a little bit over towards the right. And as you exhale, let the knees fall over towards the left. Try and keep the right knee stacking on top of the left. And then try and draw the right shoulder blade down towards the floor. Depending on how tight you are, your shoulders and your knees might not both touch the floor. That's alright, just try and breathe and relax into the twist. Starting to slow down the breathing, releasing any residual tension in the spine. On your next exhale, draw the knees back in through center and maybe shift the hips a little bit over towards the left. And then let the knees fall towards the right, gently letting the left knee stack on top of the right as you draw the left shoulder gently down towards the floor. As you exhale, draw the knees in towards center. And take the hands around the shins. Take a couple of rocks of the spine, really rounding out through the spine, making yourself into a little ball, giving yourself a little massage. And then make your way up into a cross-legged position. And we'll finish off with a few little relieving postures, especially for the lower back. So cross in the middle of the shins if you can. Take the hands to the knees. And as you inhale, you're going to bring the chest forward and over to the left. Start to sweep over to the right. And as you exhale, you're going to round through the back, coming to the back of the room. Shift over to the left. And then as you inhale, peel the chest forward to the left, over to the right. Exhale, scoop the belly to the back of the room, right to left. And keep going like this, making nice big circles with the spine. Trying to the best of your ability to keep the sit bones grounded. It's much, much harder than it seems like it should be. And then you're just going to reverse the circles. And then make your way to center. And take the hands to the front shin. And as you inhale, just like you would in cat-cow, think of peeling the sternum through the gateway of the arms. And then as you exhale, feel the tailbone tuck underneath you. Really round out the spine. Tuck the belly. Inhale, roll forward on the sit bones. Burst the chest through. And then as you exhale, feel the tailbone slide underneath you as you round the spine. Sometimes it can help to sit on a rolled up towel and you can feel your sit bones rolling over the towel, and that can help a little bit with the spinal movement. And take one more in each direction. And then come back up to neutral. Switch the crossing of your legs. Put the non-dominant foot in front. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up. And then as you exhale, start to fold yourself forward, crawling the hands forward as far as you can keep the sit bones on the ground. And letting the head and neck relax. And then you can feel free to stay here or come into a child's pose, maybe come up into a seated meditation. Wherever you are, I invite you to turn your palms up towards the sky and take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth. Letting go of your breath. Letting go of any tension. And coming into your final resting posture, whatever that looks like for you. And I invite you to stay here, feeling the energy and strength you've created in your body, as long as you have time for today. Today, as you go forward, may you have tranquility in your thoughts, meaning in your words, and sincerity in your heart. Namaste.